All right, so the reason I want everyone to be here is because I think it's only fair that everyone knows what's going on. And I think it's fair that we vote in a fair way to evict the right person out of this house. So I feel like someone is playing both sides of the house right now. And when you're HOH, it sucks, and I don't even want to be up here doing this because I hate this, but it's not fair that someone can go and tell me and people that I care about one story and then someone else tell the other person another story.
Can we just stop really fast? Because I feel like the way that if the goal of this is to get to the truth, I think it's important not to start with accusations of this happened.
Okay.
All that you know is that you've heard something. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. So I'll just state the facts. So the fact is, I wanted Monet to go home, obviously. We all know that. I had been talking to people about securing votes, so whoever I had to put up after POV would be a safe person to put up so that they didn't go home, because I didn't want someone else to have to go home, because I don't think that that's fair. Matt approached me and said, hey, if you want Monet to go home, then use me as a pawn. Brittany, would you like to share the rest of the facts?
On our side, not only was Matt incredibly upset that he was ever put up on the block and had no idea that he was going up on the block, and expressed that he didn't understand why him and Rachel were friends, why he would go up on the block. Am I right?
Yeah.
He acted like he had no idea. So the fact that he volunteered completely took me by surprise, because according to everyone who was in the backyard that night, he was scared of going up on the block and was very paranoid acting, right?
Yeah.
And the whole time he had volunteered to go up to get Monet out.
I can tell you my side of the story too.
Matt, I came to you and I trusted you, and you were like, I don't know.
Well, here's my take on the entire situation.
Well, and just before you speak, I can say that
Grenade.
Matt, nobody knew who was going up on the block until the power of veto ceremony.
That is absolutely true.
I didn't know anybody was going on the block. I just, like I said, I just wish it wasn't me, and that was it. So I didn't know who was going on the block.
That was one side of it, which is absolutely true. I had no idea until my name was called. I volunteered myself not for reasons that it may sound like, but for reasons that many of you may agree, as I felt strong-armed by the two of you. I got called into the room with Reagan and was basically told that I needed to vote how they wanted to, and they were putting Andrew up against Monet. So I had two options. I could fall into their bullying and vote out Monet, or I could do what I would have rather done and voted out Andrew, and then, piss them off. Or option 3 was to just not vote at all. And the only way I could not vote and not be put in this position of bullying that 6 of you were put in upstairs is to put myself up on the block and say, I'll just put myself up because then I don't have to vote and I don't have to deal with this bullshit that they're pulling right now.
Well, then I can speak on that now. I can take over from here, because when you volunteered to go up as a pawn, Rachel was trying to convince you not to go up as a pawn, and you were the one that kept insisting. And I don't want to drag Reagan in this, but he was right there.
Yeah,
so.
Well, did I also go up there and you called me up at some point later on and said, I don't know what I'm going to do if you're going up or if Andrew's getting put up, and did I say anything other immediately than, I don't care,
then why,
do what you want to do?
Why did you tell Brittany that you are pissed at us, that you are coming after me and Brendon, and that you want to seek your revenge, and that anyone that trusts me and Brendon are idiots?
I'm upset at the way that you have strong-armed people in this game.
How did I strong-arm anyone?
I felt strong-armed. I felt that there was no need to go and say you need to do vote how I need to tell you in this game, because I just don't think that's the right way to approach the situation.
I don't think that is the right way. I don't think she ever said that.
No, I did not try. I never threw her under the bus.
You said Brittany was the saboteur and all this other
I told you
crap.
I thought it. Yeah, I told you that.
But
regardless,
did you say bad things about me too?
No.
Matt, Brittany, you told me that Matt said that he was you specifically said to me, you said that he was telling you, Enzo and Lane, that he needed to get out me and Brendon, take us out, that he's pissed off at us. Why would you say that you're pissed off at us to them? Matt?
I'm pissed off at I told you, I just explained myself.
But you said you're pissed because we put you up as a pawn. Now you're trying to twist this around on us.
No, I'm pissed at the way you handled the situation.
When we brought you up, when you came up to the room, we never even mentioned your name to you about ever using you as a pawn. When we were talking about Andrew, you said, I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's too risky. I think you should put me up as a pawn because no one will vote me out and they'll send Monet home.
Well, yeah, I told you. Of course I told you that. But, I mean, and there are other people in this house who I'm not going to call out by name, but they're sitting here and they know who they are, that can absolutely attest to the fact, and if they want to speak up, it's up to them, that the reason I did this, and that I have admitted to that I volunteered myself, so this is not a shock to everyone in this room, as you may think, is because I felt strong-armed. You were trying to get me to vote for someone that I didn't want to vote for, and the best way I could get out of voting was just to not vote at all. And to not vote is to have me up on the block. That's it. And then you bullied 6 other people up there. Probably not all of them. There are other people on this couch that probably are sucking your balls too. And
Matt.
If we wanted to bully people, we wouldn't have held this meeting.
Exactly.
We held this meeting to clear the air.
Well, I think you might have held this meeting because
everybody in the house should know what's going on.
No,
you're trying to play both sides.
Matt.
You got caught, Matt.
I'm not playing both sides. There are people that none of this is shocking to them in this house.
That you're playing both sides? I agree.
No, I'm not playing both sides at all.
Matt, we called a house meeting so that everyone in this house knows what's going on. When you're playing a game like this, 2 people have to go on the block. Someone is going to go home every week. And it's not fair to have someone playing all these different games with all these different people. That's not how I want to play the game. I'm not going to go lie to my friends and tell them one thing and tell someone else something else.
I mean, if...
Did you or did you not tell Brittany that you were shocked that we put you up, that you were... I thought that we were idiots and that you're coming right after us and you want to seek your revenge.
I didn't know you were putting me up, first off.
Matt, you volunteered to be a pawn.
And you told me that, like, literally minutes before the veto, within the hours before the veto, you told me you didn't know what you were doing. Is that true?
Did you tell Enzo and Lane that you're shocked that did he tell you this? Is he playing you guys like he's playing Brittany?
I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know what's going on.
Did you say anything about Kristen's vote? Did I said something about Kristen's vote?
No, I didn't. To who? To anybody? No. Ask anyone if I said. Kristen's name never came out of my mouth.
Okay.
And if it did and anyone says it, please speak up because it didn't happen.
No, you want me to tell you what I think? I think that you want us to put you up, so you feel like we owed you a favor.
I don't want
you could turn
favor.
around, run to the other side, tell them that how dare they put you up, and so that should somebody else over here get in power, that you can just run to the other side and join forces and try to put us up as revenge.
If I wanted your favors at the time that even happened, you said something effective like, and you're safe next week. And my response was, oh, I don't care. That's exactly what it is. And Rayton was in the room for that. Because I don't care. I didn't do it for any favors. I didn't ask for anything in return. Nothing like that.
And I just want to jump in because my interpretation of what Matt said about put me up is a little bit different. My interpretation of that is if Matt wasn't sure that he would, if Matt has Andrew and Monet up and he couldn't make you the promise that he would vote to evict Monet over Andrew, and instead he says put me up as a pawn, if that to me is more honest than it is.
But then why would he go to Brittany?
You were right there. Did you feel like we were bullying him into doing that?
Why would he go to Brittany and say that stuff to Brittany?
I wouldn't use the word bullying, but I see both sides. I wouldn't use the word bullying.
He said it, and I said I don't care. I go, don't say it to me. I don't care.
I wouldn't think it was. It wasn't the situation like, so tell me your thoughts on the situation. It was like, this is what's going to happen. Do we have your vote for this?
But then why do you act to Brittany and go to Brittany and say that you want to seek your revenge?
Well,
Did you tell Brittany that? Just say the facts. Did you say that?
Yeah, here's the facts. Lest you think I'm trying to be sneaky. Yeah, you two are certainly a target for me next week. And if anyone in the house thinks that you shouldn't be a target for them next week, they're either, you know, victims of your bullying, or they're just like have zero Big
How are
Brother
Brendon and I
strategy at all
bullying
because
anyone?
it's not bullying. But I mean, you went on a power trip this week for sure.
How did I go